I'm running a little bit late. It's almost 7 o'clock right now. I wanted to leave at 6:45, but I forgot my compression socks, so I had to turn around and go back. I was just down the street from my house, but it put me behind, and I was super early yesterday, like 45 minutes early, so I wanted to leave a little bit later today. 20 minutes later wasn't exactly my plan, but we'll see where I end up when we get there. And hopefully I'll still have a good parking spot under a tree or something, because my car sits outside all day. But I will talk to you when I get there, as long as I have time. Okay, I'm here at my school. I got my parking spot, yay! And it's just before 7:30, so it took a little less than 40 minutes today. I got really lucky. All the lights were in my favor, all the traffic lights. So that worked out really well. I'm just gonna get my, I think I said that I forgot my socks, so I had to go back, my compression socks. So I'm gonna put those on and get my lab shoes on and just like get myself together, and then I'm gonna head upstairs because yesterday the room was open and it's super cold and I love cold, so I'm gonna go ahead and do that, and I'll catch up with you later. Hi friends, we are back now having lunch. It is 11:40, just about. We have to be back in about 25 minutes or so. So today has been a big practice day for vital signs. So, I mean, there's a lot involved and a lot of things they want you to remember, but mainly we've been taking manual blood pressures, taking respirations and pulse, all manually, and you know, temperatures and things like that. Basically, you know, vital sign health assessment. So we're going to be checked off for that skill next Tuesday, and today is Tuesday, so we have a week. It looks like I have maybe a study group that we can kind of get together. We all live relatively close by, so we can get together and kind of hone in our skills. There are like 52 students in the class, I think they said, because it's like all of the lab sections are together at this campus. So there's a lot of students, there's a lot of noise. It's really hard to hear anything through your stethoscope. So it makes it really tough. So I think we're probably gonna get together this weekend and you know, hone our skills in a more quiet environment. But that's what we've done so far today. We did have the third instructor here today, and one of the instructors from yesterday is not here. There may be a COVID situation, they said this morning. So we are going to find out how that shakes out. That's some excitement for the day. But we are just going to take our break, and I wanted to bring you back to the Universal Yums for lunch today. We are still in the land of turkey right here. These again are from Universal Yums to try their snacks, and today we are going to try, where are they? Maybe they're in the front. Okay. Oh, interesting. Okay. So the first one we're going to try is down here, this honey mustard and onion rice cake. Now remember yesterday I was saying that I really like the honey mustard pretzel pieces, so they put this in a rice cake. It says sweet, zesty, and extra crunchy. Produces the second most honey of any country on the planet. Who knew? Domestic demand is sky high, so that's why you don't really hear about it. That's really neat. Okay, so let's find out what this is all about. Oh, by the way, it looks like this. So it's a big package. They look like really seasoned, so I'll take this like extra seasoned one. See? I like seasoning. These are so much better than the plain rice cakes that you get here. I don't know if like they've done some magic with the rice cakes over the years, but last I knew, rice cakes were really, really plain, really boring, and usually stale. These are good. It's honey mustard and onion, for Pete's sake. Okay, so that's pretty good. The next thing I have here, all right, interesting. Sugar-coated chickpeas. All right, so Turkey's sweetest street food. So apparently they have like bags of roasted chickpeas hanging around in the streets of Turkey all the time. These are roasted in a special oven to make them non-greasy, soft and creamy, and are absurdly popular. There's some hot and spicy varieties too. And these ones are covered in sugar. I have a funny story about chickpeas. Okay, so real quick, my funny story about chickpeas. I love hummus. I love Greek food and Mediterranean food and stuff. I love all kinds of food, but I love Mediterranean, Greek food, and I'm a big fan of hummus. And my mom was over visiting us and hanging out with the kids and stuff, and she likes spicy food, so I had this like jalapeno hummus, and I'm not really like super into jalapenos and chilies and stuff, so I thought she might like it and maybe she could take it home. But so I was like, hey, you gotta try this, and she's like, oh, I don't like hummus. And I was like, why? You know, there's hummus is so good, you know. I usually like the roasted red pepper hummus. That's always so good. But she's like, I just can't stand the thought of ground up chickpeas. And I was just like, what? Because it's like, what do you mean? It's not like a little, it's not like a chicken, you know, a tiny chicken they're grounding up or anything. This is just like, it's like a legume, I think. You know, it's nothing different from like bean dip, which she loves, or, you know, salsa. I mean, I can't imagine that it's like that much different. But it was just so funny the way that she said it. She's like, I just can't stand the thought of ground up chickpeas, and I just can't get past it. And my husband's so funny, you know, he's like, you know, I had a pet chickpea when I was young. So, that's my funny story. Anyway, so these sugar-coated chickpeas, they look like little yogurt bites, you know, honestly. Those are delicious. The coating on the outside, it's kind of like a candy coating, but like the crunchy chickpea on the inside kind of reminds me of like a seasoned peanut, like you know, those peanuts that you buy that have all the seasoning on them that are really good. So that's kind of what that tastes like. It's actually really good. So far, this turkey box has been, not like food turkey, but country turkey, has been honestly surprisingly delicious. I didn't expect all that. So the last thing I have today from Turkey are these orange jelly tartlets. Okay. So, a taste of the Mediterranean coast. It's time to collect the citrus harvest in January and February. 80% of this country's citrus is grown on the Mediterranean coastline. With mild, moist winter, perfect for oranges, lemons, and mandarins. And these are cocoa sprinkled, orange-filled tartlets that taste like Mediterranean sunshine. All right, so let's give it a go. This is what it looks like. The packages are pretty decently sized too. Oh, okay, so it's like a hard cookie. Oh, with some chocolate sprinkles and some orange in the center here. Okay. Mm. Mm-hmm. Okay, so the cookie part You know those big tins of like really basic cookies you get around the holidays? Those huge like tins of them. The cookie itself kind of tastes like that, but it's got like a really nice orange flavor, like mandarin orange, and like a hint of chocolate in there. It's very good. Those are a nice little treat. So yeah, again, 3 winners in the turkey box. So when we get back today, we're going to be watching a few more videos, and they gave us some assignments to do tonight. We're rewatching those videos because you have to know everything in there. Practicing vital signs, practicing doing IFIAT, which is basically introducing yourself, asking the patient if they need privacy. This is like all of the steps that you take when you go into a patient room. You know, hand washing, and then identifying the patient, asking about allergies, and then teaching the patient what you're going to do. So the acronym for that is IFIAT with PH. So those are the things, and then the 5 P's, which are pain, privacy, personal belongings. I'm missing 2. Oh, potty, and the first one I don't remember, but that's why we're doing it, because we need to practice. So those are the things we're doing today, and I will check back in with you when I get out of class on my way home. Bye. Hey, good afternoon. It's like 3:15. They've been letting us out late every day so far, all 2 of them. But the whole afternoon was basically, after lunch, just a lot of practice of vital signs. We started to talk about the cranial nerves 1 through 12, and you know, what kind of nerves, whether sensory or motor, what each one does, what they're called, and how you test for them, you know, with a patient. So that was pretty much the whole afternoon, doing a lot of that. They started getting the mannequins working, which it sounds like tomorrow they'll be fully working, so we can do blood pressure checks on them, and do pulse and respirations and things like that, listen to their lungs. So we'll be able to do all of that tomorrow. And you know, it's a really intense course. So, you know, anyone that's considering doing a you know, ADN, which is an associate's degree in nursing, for a registered nurse, just be aware that it really is, it's going to be your whole life. It's a really long day, like I said, 8 to 3, and it's just a lot of intense work. So, you know, just be prepared for that, because, you know, you don't really know what to expect until you're in it. But they said that, you know, an ADN is one of the toughest degrees to get, and I believe it. I mean, there's just a lot, it's crammed into a short amount of time, and you just have to be able to remember all of that stuff and be like diligent and working, and studying and everything. So just be aware of that if you're looking into an RN degree. It's really going to be a lot of work up front. Honestly, I'm not sure I could even do this if I was working. So anyone that is, I mean, props to you. But I'm gonna go home. I've got my 45-minute to an hour drive, and then I gotta make dinner. You know, the kids will be home, and you know, unpacking all of their stuff, going through their folders and everything, and then going through all of my stuff. I need to organize all my notes tonight. That's the one thing I want to do, is get everything organized, go through the videos that we watched again, and make sure I have all the information. And then really start paying attention to vital signs, which is what we're going to be tested on Tuesday, and we're doing a lot of it tomorrow. And they're going to be like starting to not test check us, but start checking to see how well we're doing. So I want to be prepared for that. I'm going to head out of here, and I'll catch you later. Good morning. I just wanted to show you how beautiful the sunrise is right now. This is looking to the east. So pretty. Morning, everyone. It is 6:45. I'm headed to school. I just showed you the beautiful sunrise starting, and I'm gonna start my 45-minute commute, and I will catch up to you probably at lunch. Hey everyone, it is now lunchtime and it's been a very busy morning. We spent a lot of time doing practicing vital signs and you know, talking about Anatomy and Physiology 1, very important because we have to be able to do range of motion on our patients when we go to the long-term care facilities for clinical this semester. So we did a lot of discussion about that and a lot of vital sign practice. We had someone come in to talk to us about our like our ebook library where our textbooks will be and how to work with that and you know, kind of test ourselves, practice on there. Because you actually do, I mean, it's pretty clear that there's some benefits to having the ebook. It's not just like, here it is online, $200 please, you know, thank you. But there's a lot of information there where you can you know, make your own tests and, you know, continue testing yourself until you're, you know, all the way to proficient or mastered the level or the chapter or whatever. They're already, it's basically, this is discussion for our theory / lecture class that starts tomorrow, but they're making sure we have access before we come to class, so that's nice. But it did take part of our lab to do that, and then when we come back we'll have some ATI testing stuff to do, because I guess there's going to be a lot of different ATI modules to work with this semester in lab. So they're going to be doing that when we get back. I just wanted to go ahead and get right into it, and right off the bat I want to mention I completely forgot to pack my protein bar, so I'm kind of bummed about that. Hopefully I'm not like starving by the time I get home, but I did pack myself a nice little like natural energy drink. Like I don't do well with like a Red Bull. It's like, it's too much all at once and it like messes with my heart rate. So I try to stick with things that are a little bit more natural. Like this one, it doesn't taste the best, but it is 0 calories, 0 sugar, 0 carb, natural caffeine. It's raspberry acai. Lightly sparkling and refreshing, and it's not terrible. And my car cooler, which is built in, actually this is nice and cold, so you can probably see the condensation on it maybe, but it is still nice and cold. I did have an ice pack in my lunchbox inside of the car cooler, so that helps. But I'm gonna drink this. Oh, why don't we go ahead and do our last turkey day, turkey country, not turkey food, from Universal Yums. I've been doing this all week. These are the last items out of here, so let's just get it going, and then you guys can tell me down in the comments whether you enjoy these little snack testing, or if you don't and you only want nursing content. That's fine too. Just let me know so I know what to do. So let's go ahead and start with the date cookie bar, which is here in the middle, and it says a tasty Ramadan tradition, which is, the Ramadan is the Islamic holiday marking the end of the Ramadan fast, and the streets of Turkey are filled with delectable scents, butter and dates, because everybody is making mamul cookies. So this one is this here, date cookie bar. So let me go ahead and open that puppy up. I'm gonna try to like not make a huge mess, but this is what it looks like. It's soft. This is the epitome of a fig Newton. Are figs and dates the same thing? Let me know in the comments if you think they are. But it tastes just like a fig Newton, which I like. Like I said, I'm not a really picky eater, except when it comes to like mushrooms. I can't do it. The texture is just terrible. And like maybe weird things, but other than that, like I'm not like really picky. Okay, so that's good. Let's do this one up at the top right here. cocoa hazelnut mosaic cookies. That sounds good. I wonder if they are good. Made with Turkish tahini, hazelnut, and cocoa. There's some ground sesame seed for earthy flavor. Okay. So this is what it looks like. Lush mosaic. Okay. A lot of calories in this one. Almost 300 calories. Oh my gosh, they're all broken. Trying to see if there's one that's like not broken to show you. Don't make a mess everywhere. This one is still broken, but at least it's like mostly put together. But that's what it looks like. Look at that mess. This is not going to be eaten in my car. It is way too messy. These are all broken. But as far as flavor goes, it's not trying to like not make a bigger mess. Okay. As far as flavor goes, it's pretty good. You can definitely taste the cocoa and the hazelnut. No problem there. Good. Just messy. Let me just clean this up. Okay. I've never had this before, and it's like, it's one of those like cult discussions. Not a cult discussion. What is it? Cult favorite. I don't know what it's called. Turkish Delight. A sweet fit for royalty. What is Turkish Delight? That's what I want to know. Okay. Lokum. A sweet jelly scented with rose petals. It's candy. So this has rose flavor, which is the traditional, as well as citrusy orange and lemon. Looks like this. Okay. Oh my gosh. Okay. This is not what I was expecting. I opened the bag and like all this powder came flying out. This is what it looks like. I would guess this is orange. It's orange colored. Okay. I would call this like a fancy fruit snack. It's very chewy, very sugary. It's good, but it's definitely a candy. So not like anything of like real substance in here. 90 calories in 2 pieces. That is nuts. Okay. Last thing. I'm saving this for last, and I brought 4 things today because this is another one of the very few things that I don't like. Coconut. So, what does it say? Coffee coconut cake. I don't like coconut. Coffee in a cake form. They do powdered beans in their coffee in Turkey. It's made with unfiltered coffee beans ground to a fine powder and simmered with sugar water. You get a supremely thick, rich, and aromatic coffee. And you get the same flavor in this chocolate coconut cake with real coffee flakes. There it is. It kind of looks like, or is it like a ho-ho or something that looks like this? Thank goodness it's not like super messy. Oh my gosh, it's huge. Okay. This is what it looks like. This is like, it's gigantic. At first, you don't get as much of the coconut flavor. It's more like you know, this coating with chocolate cake, which was good. And then you get to the coconut flavor at the end and it's not as good, unless you like coconut. It's not terrible. It's not the worst coconut thing I've had. I just don't like coconut. So, but anyway, I forgot my protein bar, so I'm gonna have to deal with eating some of these things, which is fine. And I will catch up with you guys after class is over and discuss what we did in the afternoon. And then that'll be it for lab this week. So that's my first full week of lab. And I will talk to you guys later. Hey guys, so we just got out of class. It is 3 o'clock on the dot now. So this is the first time we've actually gotten out on time, even like a minute early. But after lunch, we did a lot of discussion around our ATI modules and how those are going to work and how we're going to be tested on that. We had a student from last semester come in, talk to us a little bit, and then we did some math practice because you do have to have 100% to progress in the course and in the program. So that is how we finished out the day. Tonight I have the first Cub Scout meeting of the year because that coincides with the school year. So we have that tonight for my oldest, who's a Tiger Cub. And so I'm gonna get home, I gotta make dinner, and we gotta eat earlier so that we can make it to the meeting in time. So tomorrow is theory and I will catch up with you guys then. Good morning, everybody. I am heading to my first day of theory / lecture. So it is 7:30, just after 7:30 now. I need to be there and in class by 9. So I'm gonna go ahead and get there, and I'll probably catch you afterwards because we don't get a lunch break. We get out at 1:30, I believe. So I will let you know how it goes. Hey everybody, I just made it to school. It is 8:20. So let's see, that took 45 minutes. So now I know I'm a little bit early now, but that's okay. I'm gonna get all my stuff together. Probably head into the auditorium early so that I can keep reading the lecture chapters that they assigned to us yesterday. I really only got through the first one because I had scouts with my oldest son last night, so we were really busy up until getting home and then getting them to bed, my kids, and then I had time to study. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that, and then I'll catch up with you guys when I'm all done with school today at 1:30. Hey guys, so I am in the nursing student lounge, which I just found out about, and super cute. I mean, we got, you know, all the things like you would want, but the problem is that microwave doesn't seem to work. So I'm going to now just eat my lunch slightly chilled. But at least I have a lunch because I've been feeling like really dizzy and honestly just probably lack of sleep and just like mental exhaustion from this week. It's been pretty overwhelming. But I didn't know we had a microwave all week. I don't know if it worked at some point, but hopefully they can get it fixed and we can actually have a microwave for next week. I'll have to figure that out. But I want to maybe do this instead because those little snack things just aren't going to cut it for like the day for me for those really long lab days. So I'm going to try this. And lecture was fine. It was a lot of notes again, 4.5 hours of lecture, but it went pretty smooth. They did give us some breaks, which was nice. I am just like honestly just so exhausted from this week. So I'm just gonna call it a day after I finish this, head home, and probably, honestly, maybe take a nap. I don't nap ever. I'm not a napper, but I'm honestly so exhausted from this week. But I know, the biggest thing right now is, taking things one day at a time and then 1 week at a time, so it'll go by. I just have to, figure out the best ways to manage it, just mentally and physiologically, so just got to get through it. No big deal. I'm going to get there. I'm determined. So I'm going to call it for the day, finish on my lunch and head home.